Hi, this is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and today I'm here with this pretty sock box that is perfect if you're giving socks this holiday season. Inside it holds a pretty good size pair of socks. These are fun ones from the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh. Let's set this aside and get to the creating. For our sock box, we're going to start with our stamping using the Poinsettia Petals bundle that's in the August through December Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. Now this bundle, these products will carry over, but they will no longer receive the bundle discount. So if you like the Poinsettia Petals as much as I do, purchase it now. If you're in the US, you can use the link in the description below and purchase that from my store. So we're going to start with the medium size poinsettia and my Misty Moonlight ink and a piece of Whisper white paper. And we're just going to ink up that stamp. When they're photopolymer, I like to just set them on the ink pad rather than pouncing. And then give it a hold and a good rub all over. Give the ink time to transfer. Okay. And then let me set the stamp out of the way and close up my ink pad for a moment. And I've got a piece of scrap paper here, and I want to start with my Coastal Cabana ink, and I have squeezed some of that into the lid of my ink pad, and I've got the medium size brush in the water painters. You can find them in the annual catalog, and I'm just squeezing a little water down the brush and into the lid here to get this going. And I'm going to start on the flower that I stamped first. This is a little too wet, so let's take some of that up. And we're just brushing some in here. There we go. That's a good consistency. And I'm just going quick and maybe halfway up each one of these. I think they're really leaves instead of petals if we're going to be correct about poinsettia biology. Okay, let's close that up. And then I want my Pool Party ink pad, and we're going to do the same thing and pick up a little of that. And I'm going to start down here in the Coastal Cabana ink and pull the Pool Party up. And then we'll do this one, trying to rotate back and forth so that I'm not coloring over the dampest one first. Okay, let's brush that out and close this ink pad. And then I'm going to bring that Misty Moonlight ink back in. Whoops. Helps if I try to open the right end of the ink pad. Okay, and let's just get a little bit of that. I want to make sure it's not too wet, and we're just going to brush some of that in here. And look at how that just lifts the whole, it brings the whole color combo together, adding just a little bit of that Misty Moonlight. And I'm not really paying attention to which side it's on. I went a little bit more on this one, and maybe on this one. Okay, and then let's do these leaves. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm not worried about the sun is hitting it on a certain side and you know, for perfect shading, just add some of it in there and watch your flower pop. Okay, and maybe another stroke down on this one. Okay, so then we need to die cut these. Let me put this out of the way, and I'm going to bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. If you join my team during December, you can purchase this now. Otherwise, it is available to customers beginning in January. Let me grab the die for that. Now I use a piece of washi to hold the die and the embossing piece together. And then let's take a quick look, and this is going to go down right here. And playing with my machine just a little bit, here's a quick tip for you when you go to die cut. Don't put your piece in so that your die is all the way up at the very edge of the plate. Pull it back just a little bit and let the plates feed first, and they go right in. Okay, there's one, and then we just need to do that again. Okay, before we move on, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and just give these a little bit of a brush for some glitz. You'll notice that there is a third flower here. And just liberally brush this across. I'm going to leave the berries in the center white. Actually, I think those are the flower, but I'm going to leave them white for the contrast. And then we're going to move these just off to the side here and let them dry while we put our box together. For the box, we're going to use a piece of Pool Party cardstock that is 8 by 11, so you're going to need to trim a 1/2 inch off the side. And then you need your paper trimmer, and you're going to score in portrait at, let me make sure I'm straight here, at 1 and 7. Now, you don't need to stop and rewind the video or whatever to copy down measurements. I've got a PDF for you on my blog that you can download with all of that. And then let's score in landscape. And then our last one here. Oops, there we go. Okay, so let's start and cut. Grab my scissors here, and we've got a tab here, and we want to miter. Cut either score line here and miter, and we can miter this one at the back that will be on the back as well. And I want to just pull these out, and didn't get quite up far enough there. And then I'm going to shorten this just a little bit. It folds together more neatly that way. And then I'm going to come in here and miter this. And then I'm cutting this piece away down the score line. Okay, and let's make sure that we've gotten this piece out completely. Seem to not be cutting up to score lines today. Okay, and then we're going to shorten this one a little bit. About a third, I'm going to say, off of there. And then come back over to this other side and miter. And miter from both sides on this. And then we want to trim this just a little bit. And then up the score line and miter that. Come down the score line and then about a third of this off. Okay, let's put all of those pieces aside, and I want to fold this over now and give this a burnish here. And then I've got a piece of the Snowflake Splendor designer paper, and I want to attach that now. While my box is flat, it'll be easier to put this piece on and make sure that I've got it attached well. This paper will be retiring with the August to December catalog. And it's a beautiful paper to use all winter long. Not necessarily holiday specific. Oops, get those out of the way. Let's pull these up and burnish. And then let's bring this fold down. And then before we fold this last bit, let's take our detail trio punch and come in here and round the corner. And now we'll give this one. And I see one score line down here that I forgot to burnish, so let's do that, and then we'll get our box folded up and finish decorating it. Okay, so let's start with our tab here. We're going to add multi-purpose glue, and then we're going to fold it in here. And remember, you mitered this, so it's not going to be exactly the bottom of this meeting that edge. So, okay. And then we'll add our glue here and here. And then let me turn it up and take my bone folder in here and give that a little rub to make sure it's made contact all the way down. Same thing here. Add your adhesive. Pull the tab from the back, and remember, it's not going to be straight. You mitered the bottom of that. Oop. And a little glue at the top edge there. And then I'm going to flip this over and make sure I've got contact everywhere using my bone folder. Okay. Let's close that up, move our bone folder out of the way, and finish our decorating. Okay, so let's tuck our tabs in and see if we've got a good fit here. Sometimes there needs to be a little adjustment. And we do here. So we're going to miter that a little further here. And let's see if that side will fit. Now let's see if this side fits. Same thing. Just need a deeper angle on the miter. And that's easier to take it away once your box is ready to be fit than to cut that to begin with and find out you have cut too much. So next we're going to use this beautiful Pool Party Shimmer ribbon. You can find this in the annual catalog. And we're going to wrap this around and tie a bow. Want to make sure that we've got enough for this. This isn't our final, but this will give us enough so that we can make the cut and then move on to the next step. Okay, so let me cut the end of my ribbon here and move that out of the way. Okay, and then I've got an oval cut with the stitched shapes from silver foil, and I want to put my dimensionals on the back here, and I am going to give these a double stack so that we've got plenty of room to work with for that ribbon on there. And you'll notice that I'm only putting dimensionals on half of this, and that's because I want this ribbon to be able to slide around from the other half. So we're not going to pull the backing off of these, the ones that'll be at the top. We want them there, but we certainly don't want to stick them to our fold over flap there. So let's fold the flap down and push our ribbon pieces out of the way and hold this in place so that we've kind of got this where we want it. Okay. And make sure my ribbon is not stuck to that dimensional. So we're just kind of tucking in behind here. And then let's layer these up. And we can use full-size dimensionals on these. And we want to offset those so that we've got the look of lots of petals. And I'm just taking a quick look to see which one looks best, because we want to leave that one on the top. And then let's add dimensionals around on these petals. And then we'll adjust that ribbon in a moment. Okay. So that's really beautiful on the front of that box. And then let's just give this a little more pull and tie a neater bow down here at the bottom. If my fingers will cooperate today with bow tying. Okay, let's pull that one down and adjust that one. Okay, and there we have our pretty box to hold our socks using the Poinsettia Petals bundle. Purchase it at the bundle price in my store before the end of December. Thanks for stopping in. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell if you'd like to be notified the next time I upload a video. Have a great day. Bye.